Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Sight, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to 1 vs 1. On Simoski Winter, between the north, we got Sky Captain Czepiz fight up here for the Soviet Union. For the 24th Tank Corps versus in the south, we got Gyunwoo fighting here for the Oberkommando, Germany, Deutschland, and the 32nd Infanterie Division. Got here Luftwaffe, Fortification, Scavenge. Got rifle, got motor, and shock arms. So a mix of more popular and less popular doctrines. We've got bullets for kidnappers, like infantry guns, infantry, a lot of guardsmen and some infantry there as well. We've got conscripts support them company start here for Czepiz, and Volkskrieger Kuhwagen start here for Gyunwoo. Kuhwagen now looks like he's heading eastwards, plus his Sturmpine is heading more towards the centre here for the fatherland. Also, a quick note, in the recent in the comments of the recent video, someone said that the Panzerlehr Division used the artillery, the uniforms of the Sturmkreuz, that is the sort of artillery version of the Panzer uniform. That's actually not true. What the Panzerlehr wore was the M44 Felt tunic, or field tunic, basically. I can't quite remember the specific German name, but basically the M44 field uniform, which in normally they were actually field testing before the rest of the army was supposed to be issued it, and even then it was sort of issued sort of here and there. It was based on an attempt at sort of creating a uniform that was easier to make and sort of used less resources. It's by the way the uniform the Volksgun is in the summer version actually wear. Here they're sort of wearing a greatcoat, but the summer version of the Volksgun is actually wear the M44 field, tunic, which the Panzerlehr Division would actually have worn as well on their troops. So a quick little aside there. I just want to get out there. Again, just pointing out the facts here. Pointing out the facts. Got a pretty aggressive move here from Czepiz with his conscripts moving ahead, secure territory there. And securing it for the Rodina. We got more conscripts away there for Czepiz. Field being secured by Volkskrieger Kuhwagen, they're going up for the point there. So he's over focusing on the eastern side. There'll be a bit of push here, but at the same time not securing it. So this almost seems like a diversion more than anything to sort of start the actual effort here in the southeast from Gyunwoo. We got here max them out and some more conscripts there for Sky Captain Czepiz. The 24th Tank Corps, Sturmpires, they almost winding themselves in. They need to be careful about that. That can easily end up badly, particularly it's more expensive Sturm Pioneers and rather than just an engineer or pioneer squad. But there you go, engineers rapidly repulsed here with accurate assault rifle fire. There you go. Sky Captain Czepiz is quickly honing in here on the German presence and is dealing with it. Meanwhile, southern half of the map being secured by German infantry. Volksgun advancing. With more Volksgun it is here for Gyunwoo and the 32nd Infanterie Division. Maximum opening on the Sturmpioneers. Constant flanking in. We got a third constant there for him. And Rasputin seems to be playing with my feet. Ever briefly. Before moving on. Whoops. Diddly. Hang on. A bit of fun here. We got conscripts being rushed back by Volksgun over here in the west. We got Sturmpioneers near the conscripts and the fuel point there being taken by Russian Maxim crews. We've got a take up there for Gyunwoo. Points in the east being secured, and back here we got more conscripts with Molotovs on the way there for Sky Captain Czepiz. An interesting choice versus the Oberkommando West. It's probably sort of preparation for fighting around the centre, but most of the time you don't go for Molotovs versus the Oberkommando West. Not necessarily because it's bad, because generally Molotovs are great versus, the Wehrmacht, who have a lot of support weapons. That way, for example, used to quickly, design an MD-42 position on the flank and force it back. That's not to say it's bad against the Oberkommando West, it's just better versus the Wehrmacht. So we'll have to see how this works out. It's certainly a rare choice. Again, I'm not saying bad, just unusual, actually. You generally don't see it often. Conscripts moving ahead here. They've got folks coming there from the nearby house. Sharp rifle fire there against the advancing Russians as they rush through. Quickly advancing to cover there. Got use of URA, by the way, to minimize incoming fire. More conscripts tank from the others. And of course here, the Molotovs will prove quite useful here, but actually sort of flushing out the Germans. Very nice work here. In fact, all of a sudden gaining advantage in the urban fighting against Gyunwoo. The Kuhwagen, they're flanking the conscripts, need to get into cover. And here in the west, they're punching secure. Maxim sort of need to get moving as well. Engineers are close to getting wiped. That could turn hurt Sky Captain Czepiz and the 24th Tank here in the early game, if he ends up losing that one. As for Gyunwoo, he's doing something with his truck. Could it be battle group headquarters? Could it be mechanized? I mean, with this position, the way he's moving about, it could be mechanized, but I mean, he could be setting up battle group headquarters rather close to the village centre. Bit more risky, but would certainly give him power if he actually gets it up. And meanwhile, Sky Captain Czepiz bringing it on mortar to support his men. Conscript taking minor losses. And this is in fact the mechanized regiment there for Gyunwoo and the 32nd Infanterie Division. Receiving support from a nearby Panzer Division, which has been able to quickly move up its reconnaissance elements to support, and maybe later on some actual panzer elements. Vultures there moving ahead. Car 98K sticking up. Conscripts being sent running. Vultures there just, I think, need to retreat and reinforce. They are not in a strong position there. They're not in a strong position at all. Almost got the Conscript squad there, by the way. Max him out in the open zone. An easy target here for Gyunwoo's Volksgrenadiere. Kuban needs to get moving. Back here, Mechanized Regiment is done. Is very much done. Mortify their Vultures need to be very careful. This close, I mean, they could easily suffer a huge wipe there. Remember, distance from an artillery weapon usually sort of determines how accurate it is. The closer you are, the more accurate it is. So be careful about just standing still and firing right next to a mortar. It can very quickly turn very ugly. So I imagine here the Gyunwoo's going to aim here for an early looks. We also got some Jaeger supporting here. The Infantry Division, I suppose, in this case, that sort of represent the, not so much Jaegers, but Fusiliers, which were actually a part of any infantry division. They were sort of the 7th Battalion, sort of a mix of, well, they're sort of the elite unit, part reconnaissance, just part sort of better troops than most of the rest of the unit there. They sort of served dual purposes there and were sort of, again, just better equipped and better trained than the rest, and were also usually sort of composed of more veterans and such there. So a little fun fact in terms of German organisation. And again, it's one of those things which really doesn't get a lot of talk about, you know, the whole Fusilier element, for example. Really under-talked. We got a looks on the way here, though, for Gyunwoo. Jaegers there making a rush here for the house. Looks there almost down. That will certainly give Gyunwoo here a lot of mobile firepower close to the front line against Sky Captain Czepiz, who's also here going by way for Shock Army. And he's actually calling up Shock Troopers. Now, that's actually something that stands out. Lately, I mean, we haven't really seen a lot of Shock Troopers in, like, ages, but it seems like Shock Troopers, along with just heavy conscript builds, are making quite a comeback. So in that regard, I mean, the Soviet metagame right now is practically ballooning out there, which actually makes the Soviets even more dangerous, because it's even harder to predict what they actually might do, which of course is great for them, but kind of sucks for the Germans, because they have to guess even harder, and they have to sort of read even more closely, and have to be careful, and they certainly have more things to worry about. But again, it's great for the Soviets, and certainly also great for viewers, because that overall means, you know, they got more stuff to watch, which isn't just guard spam or penal trooper spam. So I mean, in that sense, you know, that's great. But again, for the German player, it just means more work. But again, even there, it's going to be, you know, more diverse for them, so it's also going to mean, you know, it's more fun, because they're not going to have to face the same thing time after time. So, I mean, that's great as well, ultimately. In the longer run, of course, initially, they might complain a bit, you know. Mein Gott, Otto, what is he doing? Is it penal trooper spam, shock troopers, guardsmen? Ah, I wish they could make up their mind. Anyway, still looks rolling about. It's also nice to see someone actually going for Mechanized Regiment and not just straight into the Bell Group headquarters like infantry guns. I mean, in that regard, both players here are not really playing the usual, but it's really Sky Captain Czepiz, I think, to the most part, is really just sort of playing a bit more off the cuff here with Shock Army. I mean, might even see Shock submachine guns there for his conscripts. But there you go, Max being flanked here with the looks of Klärungspanzer. 2cm autocannon sort of tearing into it. Nope, this was not the only reconnaissance tank the Germans had. They also had one based on the Czechoslovakian Panzer 38T. Roughly the same amount of numbers by the build. The only difference is the Czechoslovakian tank more or less used the same turret as on the 222. But otherwise, yeah, sort of a nice little detail there. But of course, it looks sort of just is one that sort of gets more talk about. The Czechoslovakian version tends to be sort of more well forgotten. But then there are so many elements that tend to be sort of forgotten because something else just catches the attention. Victory point that makes secured. Fuel pump secured here by shock troopers. We got the looks actually flanked behind. Actually, it's actually not a bad flank there by Gyunwoo, to be honest. That is not a bad flank. He's secured here the maximum note. Focus down to fire from the conscripts. Not want to use the looks there to cover up the retreat. We also got anti-tank grenades here for Sky Captain Czepiz. We have no sign of submachine guns yet, though you might want to consider at least a few of them here versus Gyunwoo. Of course, you might want to consider some assault rifles, some Sturmgewehrs. I mean, it's got the munitions, though. I mean, there's no reason not to. I mean, it's overall just a flat-up upgrade. It just improves, you know, their firepower close to mid to long range. It's overall just good. So there's not really much of a reason for Gyunwoo not to go for it, by the way. No reason not to. But most of the fighting so far seems to be quickly sending towards the centre of the map. They need to get the fuel on their back, by the way. Looks to mechanics jump on as well, firing their assault rifles out through the windows. Jaegers there being flanked by shock troopers. Threatening in, however, to cut off the retreat path. I mean, he could have done a better. I think people flanking are trying to move up further here close to the retreat path. But in this case, the Jaegers got utterly annihilated by the shock troopers. I mean, that basically is it. But the shock troopers, they can get them close. You know, they can do a ton of damage very, very quickly. They are probably the best close quarters unit in the game. Of course, you have to get them there first. Smoke screen here, I think, to cover the retreat, actually. Very nice, very nice. Or maybe to bait it into some anti-tank grenades, in which case I'd say that's a pretty bold tactic there by Sky Captain, but ultimately doesn't retreat. He could in theory merge the conscript over the shock troops line to sort of maintain a bit more frontline press and then retreat the conscripts, but then again he might just want to retreat. Mortier getting ready, conscripts as well. We got field medics on the way there. Sky Captain Czepiz is yet to further take up. We got a battle group headquarters up here. Medics on the way for Gyunwoo. Still no munitions expenditure. That's really something you need to do about, you know, especially you know, when he's a little bit delayed. We know the battle group headquarters not taking it further, but actually back-taking in a sense. I mean, in that regard, he really needs to put, you know, more effort into the full grenadiers in the meanwhile. So the lack of assault rifles here is less good. He might also want to consider some Panzerschrecks here, but in fact he's going for the support package. Polska's under fire. We got the field gun blasting away there with its 76.2mm gun. We got the Lux there flanking behind, opening up on the field gun, tearing into the crew. Getting a few kills there. Small chance of getting the conscript, but they do manage to cross the road. They intersect. Well, Petrov does. Sergei did not. But there you go, field gun trying to catch. In this case, a small bit of terrain is working out. But there you go. Anti-tank grenade damage in the Indian. Field gun gets a good hit. We got Jaegers arriving here to support nearby. Conscripts in the end wiped, though. Wiped. Small victory for Germany. Yeah. Did you see him? We murdered him while he tried to run. Yeah. So that makes me happy. In the south there, Ponch being secured by Fultz Grenadiers. Still not great stuff for Gyunwoo. He's actually flooding almost 400 munitions. He's not even laying down mines. Come on, Gyunwoo. Make full use of resources. And there we go. We've got assault rifles now being handed out. Finally, something is happening. I mean, really, that took too long there. He should also consider, you know, booby traps with his Jaegers. You know, booby trap the points, make it harder there for Sky Captain Czepiz to grab anything. Looks like they're being fixed up. More short rifles that could probably be handed out. More Sturmgewehrs. And up here, engineers standing about. Fuel there being grabbed. More coming up as well. We got submachine guns as well here for Sky Captain Czepiz. Conscripts. He has lost one squad there, of course. He could replace it, could just go for more shock troops if he wanted to. Nice level with field gun, conscripts, and sandbags. Prevents a light armor rush there. Mines going down the crossroads as well. So all of a sudden, Gyunwoo is actually beginning to make use of his bloody munitions. Only, you know, took him long enough. Folks, they continue to move further on, which grabs some of the eastern points there away from the rations from the 24th Tank Corps. Jaegers making up here. We got country nearby. There you go. We got an Ura rush across the road there, minimizing and getting exposed to time there. And there you go, send them running away. They also have sprint there, by the way. Jaegers have that as well. Maximum nearby here, setting up in the church to support the Germans. There you go, quick and a Molotov shock troop. They can suppress. But he actually popped smoke there on the arc of fire around it to actually prevent the shock from being fired at. Very good move there, by the way. It also opens up a bit here for the conscripts in theory. There you go, allows to get unsuppressed. Actually get close to the conscript, in this case, drawing fire, but looks like the smoke is lifting. So a bit, in this case, too slow there. But still, overall, a sort of theoretically nice move. Had he had the mortar close enough, he could have smoked here. The machine gun, more specifically, could just rush up with a grenade or a Molotov. So while he is bombarding it, I think, you know, just a smoke grenade would have been better. Plus, he could just more quickly be able to fire a regular rush at whatever's next. So that could have been done a bit more efficiently, I think, there by Czepiz. We got take up there for Sky Captain as well there, finally. And soon go for T-70, H-6, half-track. Of course, in theory, he could try and play ahead for the next T already. But there you go, looks on the fire from the field gun, and the field gun magnificently misses. Alexander hit properly. Points deceased. We got more conscripts out there. No additional submachine guns are here for Sky Captain Czepiz. Salvage the Kuban, there we go. He's on it. Rather takes a lot there just to gain extra fuel, well, extra munitions really. I mean, obviously an abandoned vehicle gives a lot more, but even then if you get an abandoned vehicle, in most cases you rather, you know, want to just use it yourself. Well, there you go. 5 fuel, 50 munitions. You still got a ton, and still, you know, he could use the Jaegers for booby traps. And they are great. And I do think it's one of the things the Oberkommand West really sort of forgets to utilize. It's just those booby traps. They're pretty good. can see Captain Czepiz is going for the SU-76. Bit of fighting around here. We got the shock troops with conscript support. A large amount of submachine guns there available to him. And a bit of fighting here. We got the engineers rapidly retreating in the face of the Jaegers. And in the east there we got full engineers on their own versus conscripts. Also got more infantry moving in. That looks like to be the other conscripts and the shock troopers. He still hasn't upgraded the other squads there, by the way. Seems he might be husbanding the munitions for grenades. And now they're fun bits. Got the Luxembourg support here, but the Volksgunners are quickly being surrounded, being swamped here. The shock troopers quickly moving in. There we go. Quickly doing a lot of damage here. Close to getting whacked, but the Volksgunners in this case do manage to get away. The shock troopers gain the veterans who won. H-16 arriving here for Sky Captain Czepiz. So Gyunwoo, we got nothing further. He's actually taking up here, and he's setting up the 300 quarters around here. That's a pretty aggressive setup there by Gyunwoo. Pretty aggressive. Also, if they're actually easy to get to for his opponent, I mean, there's not really much he's shielding it. So in theory, unless he holds this spot here very firmly, he could easily end up the opponent just moves up field guns, so shooting sixes and just blast the 300 quarters easily. So it's a bit of a risky setup here with this Fort headquarters in particular right now, since there's nothing here. I mean, again, he wants to defend the fuel point, but he's just so far off, he's going to risk, being an easy target for his opponent. So we'll not call that the best setup long term. I mean, I could be proven wrong here. I mean, if Sky Captain Czepiz just ignores it, obviously it's going to be great, but if he decides to actually deal with it, I think can be difficult for Gyunwoo to defend. North here, Volksgunners Jaegers there, advancing, sweeping back Soviet territory, and there you go. Spotted under fire from the shock troopers, and really coming up there with the 30mm flak tank for the shock troopers. Their body armor is of no use against these, Petrov. I need to get out of here, and so do you. Looks like needs repairs. In fact, got the repair pioneers up there. You can go for some Obersoldaten, some hardened infantry to take on the Russians, in particular the shock troops there. I think would do good. Looks like a mine or a Panzerfaust went off there in the H-26, damaging the engine. And Gyunwoo is still floating a ton of munitions. Really, get down some booby traps and some mines, man. Booby traps. But there you go, engaging here the spare Panzer quarter sort of here again. See the issue there with just sitting up there so far away from everything else where he's otherwise operating. It means it's a pretty easy target. His opponent decides to go for it. Big engagement here, folks. They're fighting with conscripts. They are quickly routed. Got another H-6M out there for Sky Captain Czepiz. Mortifying there, we go. We got the SIS-3 there, firing at Gyunwoo's Schwerer Panzer headquarters. They're so far mostly hitting dirt. Ceiling reinforcing, bit of light engagement here. We got the enemy defense sitting up. Oh, that's actually the max, but still, it's a pretty risky setup there by Gyunwoo, to be honest. There you go, right in front of the mortar. Big fat hit, then sending grenade goes off, but the Maxim needs to get out of their field. Actually retreats from here, decides not to engage it, perhaps just due to the poor firing angle, perhaps because he needs to deal with the looks around the centre. Bit hard to see here with the Sky Captain Czepiz. I mean, he could have tried to double down here with the assault guns, just try to wreck it faster, but decides in this case to sort of withdraw attention towards here. But Gyunwoo's trying off a flank assault. In this case, the shock troopers deal with it, and without any sort of armor support here, he has little with it, in particular because he doesn't have Obersoldaten now. In fact, now Gyunwoo is floating an awful lot of resources. Come on, Gyunwoo. There's reasons to float that much manpower, certainly not that much munitions. What is it with some players are just floating an awful lot of munitions, but it makes no bloody sense. But there goes Shin-6 getting veterans to 1. We got bombardment here against the Volksgunners there hiding behind the cemetery wall. German infantry in fourth. I mean, he could consider, by the way, sort of setting up here and flanking behind Sky Captain Czepiz's attack, and that way catching a bit off guard. And that could work out. They sneak up like Kednev, though. Panzerfaust off, need to retreat. They are likely going to get wiped out by the shock troopers. 12 kills, so close to a T2, and almost got one into 6. There we go. Knocked out, kaput. Got a grenade off here like Kednev, and almost got it. Need to move the Lukes up here to cover the retreat of like Kednev before risk losing it. And there goes from 6, crashes into a tree. Tree of Doom. The tree would later, after the war, be shot for aiding the fascists. It's time here for the mid-game analysis in terms of damage. Very close to each other kills-wise, though. Gyunwoo's got a bit of a lead here over Sky Captain Czepiz. No surprise here, though. So far, it's the shock troops are rather than the killing department carrying it. I mean, that's pretty much almost 1/3 of the kills. In terms of army value, they're pretty close here. Slightly edgy now to Gyunwoo after getting 1 HN6, but they are pretty close here as well. Resource float-wise, though again, Gyunwoo is floating a ridiculous amount. Again, too much manpower and too much munitions. He really needs to get himself together on that one. In terms of points held, though, more of a lead here to Gyunwoo. Sky Captain Czepiz on the back side, and again, on the back foot. And again, I mean, Gyunwoo hasn't even expended his full resources versus Sky Captain Czepiz there. So that's a bit worrying here for Czepiz at the moment. But Gyunwoo, you know, needs to get it together again. Mines, booby traps, just get them down, Gyunwoo. Get them down. There is no excuse not to do that. No excuse. Also some orbital Darden. At this point, he could go in for the Panther 4, but a part of me thinks, you know, he could easily just go for a Panther, and that way trying to solidify dominance versus Sky Captain Czepiz. So I'd rather say I'd recommend that first. But otherwise, booby traps, orbital Darden, mines, and a Panther here versus Sky Captain Czepiz. More pressure here, and going more trying to flank instead of just trying to engage his opponent head on. You know, instead of just trying to look for a better and easier method to also get some of the more vulnerable units murdering them, and that way cutting Sky Captain Czepiz' force apart. From Sky Captain Czepiz, you know, use the smoke in your mortar if you're going to have attack head on. You know, use it to neutralize the opponent's range advantage, get closer easily, negate anti-tank weapons and the likes, but also flank more, you know, less attacking head on, more taking the path here, and particularly if you're getting through him, you can easily go for up here and flank into the opponent's rear line. So that's really something that Gyunwoo could also, Sky Captain Czepiz can improve upon. And of course, not got that one because Gyunwoo has still, you know, made the silly decision of placing it so far away from the rest of his force that it's going to be an easy target. So that's really something that I think Sky Captain Czepiz should work on capitalizing upon as soon as possible. And also longer term, tech up, bringing up some T-34s, I think would also work out great there for Sky Captain Czepiz. So let's return to the fight here, see what happens next. Who's continuing to provide flank support, but there goes taking hits there from the S-26M assault gun. Scheiße! Otto! Get us out of here! It's a leichte Panzer! It's meant for reconnaissance, not tanking hits! Gyunwoo is right there. The shock tubers claim another victim. With a PPSH-41 there, he actually merges with them, which gives a bit more durability, but that's only short term in this case, because the conscripts also don't help. So ultimately, while the numbers were boasted, they were both in a pretty rubbish condition and were basically going to die anyways. Although I suppose they could say, you know, they were promoted right before death. There's sadly nothing to be able to write home about. There you go, folks, hold here by the H-6M's barrage there. Taking hits from the Kedneff, actually not hits, just fire. Back here, healing reinforcement going on. Now he's actually spending a lot of resources. Going for the Panther 4 when he actually, I mean, he was very close to the Panther there, so why would go for the Panther all of a sudden? Seems a bit weird there. And still no sign of Orbital Garden, but at least he's replacing the lost Storm Pioneers, which is something there. But he's losing a bit of ground here to Sky Captain Czepiz, who's bringing up another Maxim. Field gun range into the Schwerpanzer headquarters. It's his third terminal flat there, tearing into the unfortunate Russian field gun crew. Up here, healing reinforcement going on. More shock troops on the way there, close to vets in the 3 already. Got the Max moving out here, and another big push forward to center. We got Luke's moving up, going to try and flank. In this case, looks like it's going straight for the field gun. Going to try and deal with it here, far away from everything else. Actually goes pretty well there for Gyunwoo. Quickly taking out the crew members there with his auto cannon. And we got to strike calling for Gyunwoo as well here on the northern part here of Czepiz hold on the village. Very good. Disrupting here further the defense zone, but he loses the looks. It actually gets abandoned. It gets abandoned. Huh. Reminds me of a recent episode when another light tank got abandoned here. I wonder if we're going to see the same situation here, but one just ignores it. I mean, that would be silly here for Sky Captain Czepiz, though, not to seize upon that one and use it against the Germans. Back here we got the Panzer IV running it, but we got a pinback machine gun on the way there. Ready to take on the Russians. Same with the Panzer to be shown here, providing support for the 32nd Infantry. H-6M moving up here to provide artillery support. Storm Pioneer is the target here for the artillery barrage. Oh, good hit there. Moving over to repair the looks. Good work there, but there you go. Panzer fast damage there on the H-6M shocks. There's some press, good laid on the smoke screen here. Jaegers, Panzer IV charges forwards. Field gun shoots. Panzer IV needs to respond here as well. Slowly working on the looks there, folks. Moving ahead, he might not be able to keep it covered long enough. Field gun crew wiped out here. Looks like the Jaegers did the trick, but the Jaegers could get wiped here as well. Pretty brutal Close quarters fighting going on, and there you go, Jaeger swapped as well. In fact, we see that overall the opponent has light force. Actually, he's forced to recruit the Lukes in emergency just to get some more firepower, but the Panther 4 will be able to knock it out. But it might just give more time to recruit the field gun and then turn on the Panther 4. And there we go with that, the Panther 4 in this case pulled back before it risks getting isolated and knocked out. In fact, the rest of the German force they retreated. Now Gyunwoo is very low on infantry. Again, he's flooding a lot of manpower. Just get some troops up, Gyunwoo. Make sure you got some troops to work with your panzers. Right now, Sky Captain Czepiz is definitely enjoying the infantry advantage here. But then again, this partly because Gyunwoo just keeps flooding manpower. There's no logical reason to float that much manpower. We got Jaegers here appearing, flanking him. Still think you should go for some Obersladen as well. The LMD-34 will still be great here versus Sky Captain Czepiz. Shock troops setting out again, troops are healing and reinforcing. Maxim versus Jaegers up close. That is a pretty risky gambit there by Sky Captain Czepiz, and they realise it's pretty silly too and retreat. Victory points wise, we can see all 3 victory points on the command here of Sky Captain Czepiz and the 24th Tank Corps. We can see here this fair panzered corps can't defend the fuel point either very efficiently. So it ends up again not just only not being able to defend the points, but it also ends up just again being an isolated target. So overall, I would say that fair panzered corps setup there was not very strong there by Gyunwoo. Not very strong. Meanwhile, Sky Captain Czepiz bringing up another field gun. Taking up as well. So there'll be some T-34s from 6s most likely, maybe an issue 5. Panther 4 delivers an excellent hit against the conscripts. Did you see that, Jürgen? It's exploded everywhere.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Up. There you go, we got the shock troops intercepting the Fulton squad, and they are making very short work of them. Also, grenade off here. Against the Fulton Grenadiers, Panther 4 forced to move up. They're taking hits from the field gun to pull back. Veterans 1. We have wasted to lose a veteran. Panther 4 through here by Gyunwoo. Still flooding manpower. Get the Panther 4 or the Obersoldaten Gyunwoo. Get the Obersoldaten. Get the hardened infantry. Damage engine on the Panther 4 there from the conscripts. Good work there. Need to pull it further to safety. And again, Gyunwoo spend the manpower. Up here, troops reinforcing healing. Sky Captain Czepiz preparing for another push. And there you go, conscripts rushing in like kidnappers in the centre, forcing those away. Yeah, those shock troopers are really mean. I mean, well-handled shock troopers are quite devastating troops with a lot of damage and a lot of ability to soak up damage. Throwing the smoke grenades and the regular grenades, and they do have an awful lot of utility. There we go, Gyunwoo's finally going for some orders on those soldiers, calling up more Jaegers here. Pushing back the field gun there, screening off the Panther 4, but also the spare Panther's quarters. Holding up here behind the looks for cover. Basically acting as an infantry screen for the position here. Needs to get the rest of the forces moving. Forces moving ahead here, and the opposite normal sun here for Gyunwoo and the 32nd Infantry Division. And moments ago there, Luke's position has been undone, so they fall back towards the next defensive line. And there you go, the opposite not getting the light machine guns right away. Very good choice there for Gyunwoo. Focusing up support here. Panther 4 almost good to go as well. Mortar firing down close to the Panther 4, very close to it too. We got also dealing with engineers alongside the Jaegers. Engineers dropping like flies on the riverside there, or stream side, whatever. Panther moving up, Fulton pushed away. Panther 4 charging forward here. Opposite providing fire support here for the Panther 4. Against good hits against the conscripts, forcing them out. Opposite could actually flank the field gun, maybe, and clear it out with a light machine gun. So we need to be careful not to get too far ahead. And of course, need to be careful about the shock troopers there. In fact, they might have to retreat right away unless the Panther 4 can provide support. But there you go, again, you're killed there with an MG-34 fight against the shock troopers. Jaegers moving up as well to provide further support here. Panther 4 moving up as well. He's going to try and bait them into the Panther 4. That definitely could work out. Rest of the force here, though, needs to get moving as well soon. And needs to sort of hit the side here in the north. Can't allow himself to get bogged down in one spot for too long. He needs to sort of try and outmaneuver Sky Captain Czepiz. Conscripts Opus Soldaten. Shocks are staying back. We got more fielders moving up to hold the Panther 4. Needs to be careful there. We got a T-34 on the way there for Sky Captain Czepiz. One grenade off here, but the conscripts are quickly pushing away the Obersoldaten. No use of cover there by Gyunwoo. Prioritise grabbing the point rather than finding the enemy and then grabbing the point there. That was a definite mistake there. Panther 4 falling back. Got to try and get it right here in the Obersoldaten on retreat, but there you go. Schwer Panther quarters saves the day. Damn close Jave there. Panther 4 they're taking hits. Veteran T2. In the west here, Steel Pioneers was a lone conscript squad holding out in the house. field gun moving up there to engage the Schwerpanzer quarters, quickly doing a lot of damage. They could flank it with a Panzer IV, at least attempt to, while the Jaegers provide fire support here. Konski's almost wiped by this point, it might end up being too late here. And he's not even bothering with the Panzer IV. Oh! Field barrage there, wipes the Jaegers in one hit. Bad news there for Gyunwoo. Bad news. Very bad news. Got the T-34 sitting out. We got the Schwerpanzer quarters in flames.
Dispatching a mobile HQ vehicle.
Up north here, Panzer IV receiving light support, pushing out the Russian defenders from the centre. And he's finally also remembering there's the rest of the map up north here, moving in to secure that. That's very good. Of course, now he's going to have a bit more challenge in his hands with the T-34s and 6, and he immediately can't get more tanks. I mean, it's likely going to end up going for like King Tiger here. He's almost got the resources for it. He's got the buildings for it. So, I mean, a King Tiger would certainly be the most likely guess here from Gyunwoo. At least he got out some orbs on, but there you go. The field guns quickly push back the Panzer IV here. Jaeger's trying to charge forward. McKenna for there, close being wiped out. He needs to flank more in that regard. Gyunwoo's rather made a mistake, sort of trying to directly engage Sky Captain Czepiz wherever possible, rather than trying to outflank him at times. They're relying on speed and maneuverability rather than just brute force.
The enemy has 100 points remaining.
Particularly against an opponent who actually knows how to use the barrage abilities for maximum effect. Orbs on there, just need to get out of there as well. Gyunwoo's bleeding out here. He's trying to shift up towards, he needs to try and force the opponent to attack him and then sort of catch him off guard with a few well-directed attacks and strikes, rather than just again attacking head-on into Sky Captain Czepiz. He's got more Jaegers here, trying to sort of gap the victory point. In fact, he's bleeding out there compared to Sky Captain Czepiz now. He's getting ever closer to the King Tiger, the CoH2, but he's still some time off. Maxim sitting up in the corner house. They're going to try and make it harder here for him to move infantry back and forth through here, but the Panzer IV could do some damage. There you go, force it out. Need to get the rest moving up there pretty soon, but he's getting ever closer to the Panzer IV, or the King Tiger. He's already got the Panzer IV. It's not that he wants more of and he can't get more of it. He wants the King Tiger, the CoH2, which he's moments away from, but you know, he's got the field point. Because they're trying to rush forward, but they take some pretty heavy casualties from the Sion Pioneers and the nearby Panzer IV. But there you go, sneak up, and there you go. Nice move here, by the way. He tries to set up against the expected retreat path of the units, and that way cut them off. In this case, though, Gyunwoo sort of moved him to a bit, so it doesn't quite end so badly, but still, had he sort of tried to retreat through here, to be caught here, I mean, that could easily been a huge loss there for Gyunwoo. Jaeger sneaking up here. We got another T-34 on the way there for Sky Captain Czepiz. And the 24th Tank Corps. Jaegers just needs to retreat, to be honest. And he needs to counter-attack. I'm surprised he isn't moving up the Panzer IV to deal with the shock troopers. He's just being a bit too scattered here at the moment. He's sending a Kenner for the hit, but not the Obstad, for example. It seems like Gyunwoo's increasingly struggling here with the amount of pressure that's being laid upon. Now it's actually rushing infantry towards the centre without much support there. Can't help but feel that Gyunwoo's priorities are getting increasingly a bit frantic here, a bit more scattered, more than is healthy, to be honest. North here, we got folks holding up as the conscripts there. Panzer IV's finally moving out, engaging the shock troopers with this machine gun and main gun. And McKenna is the way to sort of ambush. There we go, the T-34 opens up with its 88mm rockets. Almost got the shock troopers as well. Fortunately, they're pushed out here, but the conscripts, the Molotovs proved to be mightier there than anything. And thus proving themselves, of course, to be a good investment to Sky Captain Czepiz. But so far, Gyunwoo slowly managed to slightly stall it, but still not quite efficient enough and not fast enough. The lack of machine gun turn is helping. He's getting very close to the King Tiger, to the CoH2. Very close there. You're talking minutes here. Close to there is the Panzer IV, and they're going to tank grenade off. Damages the engine, leaving Gyunwoo once more with a Panzer IV that isn't quite as mobile. We've got a big infantry push here, big one. Volkskundists, Obersladen, Jaegers, everything being sent to the north here. And the Sturm Pioneers just need to get to the Panzer IV quickly. Mach schnell. And there you go, the conscripts very quickly realise they just need to get out of there as the large German infantry force arrives there. Jaegers have been engaged by the T-34 from 6. Ice being slowly crushed there beneath the treads. The T-34 and there you go, Jaegers have been engaged. Panzer almost good to go. Jägers need to retreat. Oh dear. That could well be a wipe there for Gyunwoo. And the 32nd Infantry Division. Finally struck me here. But he's getting very close. In fact, he's got the resources now for the King Tiger. He just needs to call it in. There we go. Königstiger, gefechtsbereit. 507th Schwerer Panzerabteilung. Providing support. Oh, okay, too close. And they took a nasty hit there from mortar. Panther providing support here. King Tiger the moving ahead as well. As fast as he can. Pin bump machine on the way as well for that armoured monstrosity. One there being secured. In the south there, we got engineers saying for the cut off there. Need to go around the outside with the King Tiger one hit, and that thing's going to sink like the Titanic. T-54. Oh, could be knocked out here, could be knocked out. Luckily, he's going to ram the Panther 4. Stunning it for a bit. The problem is he can't actually follow up on it, so it ends up being a bit of a weird choice here. I mean, he might not, of course, be aware of the King Tiger, but apparently we would expect him slightly expecting it. But either way, the King Tiger's advancing there. 88mm gun, high velocity. Same gun as in the Yak Panther, by the way. Elephant, Tank, Destroyer, and Nashorn. High penetration and sort of high lethal capability. The engineer's wiped. Careful about explosion in the rear, though. The King Tiger to the anti-tank gun. Rush it with infantry or something of the Panther 4. Ignores it, though. Really risky here, but Gyunwoo, really risky. Taking off damage from the King Tiger. I mean, you can understand he's getting a bit desperate here, but you know, it doesn't help him. He then proceeds to swing with the King Tiger. In the south here, we've got Dion punching or swamped by conscripts. Gyunwoo's losing a lot of control here. Two Sky Captain Czepiz got the T-54 up north, going territory. King Tiger moves in. And all of a sudden, they're clearing out the field gun. Small victory there we go. T-54 engaged by the King Tiger. 88mm gun gets a good impact there. T-54 flanks, misses. Panther forming up support here. The King Tiger, definitely not a bad idea there by Gyunwoo, but needs to get the infantry out there on the field. And he needs more infantry if possible, some way or the other. Right up here, T-54 going to try and flank the King Tiger. In this case, doesn't quite work out. Panther 4 there providing support there, and that T-54 is likely going to go down. One more hit, one more hit. Shot bounces. T-54 moving up. The second one's going in there as well. Opposite moving ahead. He might try and clear out the infantry support here to get. Oh, there's a lot of conscripts. Need to retreat the Opposite down here. Need to retreat. T-54 for the silver health there. King Tiger moving back. Need to get the Panther 4 down there as well. Need to keep them together. Need to keep them together. Gyunwoo. In the centre, we've got German infantry pushing forward. It's a bit exposed, a bit worn down. And there goes going to ram the King Tiger with the T-54. And it. The engine gives up right before the King Tiger gets a penetrating hit. The gate 32. But the King Tiger gets it. Second T-54 moving up. They're halted here by the force because of the Jaegers. Need to keep moving. Need to spread out. They need to get the field gun. King Tiger, they're being hunted down by the remaining Panther force there for Gyunwoo. Not a lot of victory points left for Gyunwoo. He needs to get something up there in the northern victory point fast. Schnell, and needs to get that field gun. That is his primary threat, though, to his armour. High rate of fire, high penetration. Panther 4 goes down there. Gyunwoo is focusing the infantry, or not on the anti-tank gun, it seems, but on the T-54, which is not helping him. He's getting some kills in there. Jaeger squad wide. King Tiger moves in. Almost got the field gun. There we go. Gets it. T-54 a lot of trouble. Shot bounces. And there you go. Another T-54 down. Falcon his Jaegers there being pulverized by the mortar. 17 kills. Shock troopers moving up. 25 kills. Needs to allow the King Tiger treated infantry. Schnell. There go. Recruiting the field gun. Smoke screen down. Jaegers wiped. More Jaegers called in. Here to grab the northern victory point. 5 points left here for Gyunwoo. 5 points left. Artillery called in on the field gun. And forces have been wiped out with the shock troopers. And there go GG. Gyunwoo runs out of victory points. A victory for Sky Captain Czepiz. A victory here for the Soviet Shock Army. Certainly a nice use of the shock troopers by Sky Captain Czepiz, showing them his opponent while they're still good. Overall, I mean, pretty good play there. They could have used smoke screens and the mortars at times, could have flanked more, but already had good map control and punished Gyunwoo for his mistakes. And Gyunwoo, stop floating resources, you silly blighter. You know, not all that manpower, not that many. You could lay down a lot of mines, you could have booby traps out, and you could have a lot more infantry out. And also, you could have a Panther out rather than the Panzer 4, which I think would help Gyunwoo better long term. And that Schwerpanzer quarters was also way too sort of isolated. So that was definitely some mistakes from Gyunwoo, which proved critical in the later game. I mean, it was close at times, but the problem was too much head-on engagement rather than, you know, trying to flank his opponent. And, some strategic mistakes that would rather gave Sky Captain Czepiz in the long run the advantage. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. If you did, want to subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay of some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye.